Hello, it is I, your host, Son of Kane. Today I am here to talk to you about A Christmas Story Christmas. Now, here's the thing. I brought up in if you saw my review of my top 5 Christmas movies of all time, number 3 was A Christmas Story. Well, I never saw A Christmas Story until about 5 years ago, all the way through. I love that movie now. I've seen it 3 times, and it's a great movie. That said, when you find out they're doing a legacy sequel 39 years after the fact, you get a little bit worried. Well, I'm here to tell you, there was absolutely nothing to worry about. We get a lot of the original cast members, mostly the kids from the original, back reprising their roles all these years later. Peter Billingsley is great as an adult Ralphie. You totally buy him as the adult version of the kid he played in 1983. And more importantly, though, the message of this new movie will bring tears of joy to your eyes, emotions to your heart that you wouldn't have expected, at least in my opinion, from A Christmas Story. See, the plot to A Christmas Story Christmas is not the plot to A Christmas Story. No, the plot to A Christmas Story Christmas is about Ralphie trying to provide the perfect Christmas for his children. As a kid, we get wrapped up in the gifts. We get wrapped up in the sparkle, the joy of Christmas. As adults, we see the responsibility we have to make sure our kids have the Christmas we want them to have. That is the plot to this movie. It's such a good movie. The cast returning does a great job, as well as the newcomers. The newcomers are just as good. The original was set, I want to say, in the 1940s, 50s, I can't remember, but this new one set in the 1970s. And the thing is they don't go too hard with the 70s here. They give you just enough 70s to go, yeah, that's where you're at. But that's why it's kind of perfect, because they're not nostalgia baiting you with the fact that it takes place in the 70s, and they're not playing up the decade to the point that you're going, oh, they're playing disco in every other scene. No, they're doing it just like A Christmas Story did, where you get the hint of when the movie takes place without it actually being too overly involved with the plot. You get the fantasy sequences that the original movie had, this time updated for whatever Ralphie is going through at the time. I can't say enough good things about A Christmas Story Christmas. It's currently got like a 6.7 on IMDb, and I'm kind of baffled by that. I feel like a lot of people don't see what I see in it, but that's why I started this review channel in the first place, was because I wanted people to hear my side of things, because I feel like so many people get bogged down with, oh, well, they didn't do that right, and I'm going to take a point off because they didn't do that right. If I'm entertained by something, if I'm moved by something, I'm going to let you know. This movie moved me in all the right ways. If you're a fan of 1983's Christmas Story, watch A Christmas Story Christmas on HBO Max this year. You will not regret it. I'm your host, Son of Kane. I hope you enjoyed this review of A Christmas Story Christmas, and I'll see you at the video store.